Hey, welcome back to ZK MasterTech. On this video, we are going to get this combine back together. So we're going to be getting all the parts installed for the separating system that was damaged. I appreciate all the comments on the last video, but I think I need to answer some questions. So I did a little bit more research and got a little bit more information about this job, because this combine showed up to the shop with all this damage and I didn't really get the whole story. I was told that it was a ripper shank that went through it, but I actually have the piece that went into this combine, and supposedly, you know, he picked it up. As soon as he heard the noise, he hit the header stop to stop the header in the feeder house, and then immediately hit the separator switch. But when it's running 600 RPM on the rotor, that is 10 revolutions per second. So if it took him 2 seconds to hit the separator switch, that rotor still has to bleed down. So by the time the rotor stopped, it had already damaged the feed accelerator, the floor, started breaking the threshing elements. And that piece actually was stuck in the rotor towards the back when they initially found it. So a lot of the stuff that actually went through the discharge beater and the chopper would have been broken threshing elements and separator tines. So this piece is actually not a ripper shank. I would call it a daisy tine or an S tine off of a field cultivator. But I have the piece here with me, so you guys will get to see what that looks like. And this is not a complete loss of the machine. Yes, this is an insurance job, and farmers do have ingestion insurance to cover these kinds of accidents and damage. So this is an insurance job. I'm not going to get into how much this costs, but you know, this job is one of the biggest insurance claims I've done on the inside of a machine. And I'm sure it's going to be in the six-figure range to fix this machine, which doesn't total the combine. I mean, this combine is worth, you know, probably $300,000 to $400,000. So it's not even a third probably of what this machine's even worth. The only time that these combines will get totaled out is until they burn to the ground. I've never seen a combine get totaled because of mechanical damage. So hopefully that answers some of your guys' questions. And let's check out what actually went through this machine. And then we're going to go into how we replaced all the parts in the separating system. All right, here you go. This is the culprit that did all that damage. So this is what I would call a daisy tine or an S tine. And when you look at this thing, there's really not that much damage on it. I mean, the sweep's gone, but not a whole lot of chew marks on it, really. So they found this in the rotor. And I can understand why it fed through there so easily, because it's not very tall. That would have went right underneath the feed accelerator, right through the rotor within seconds. So there you go. That's what did all the damage.
You ready?
What are you doing, Josh?
Well, going on an adventure here.
We found a dead coon. See all the coon poop on the valve cover? But we've been smelling death for a while, but today it just went to a whole nother level. And there is a huge dead coon in the bottom of the fan shroud. Can you see its fur? Did you pull it? Getting it?
No, hold on, get it out. I can't get it out the hole.
Oh man. Oh. Dude, that thing is huge. Oh, it's a good thing we didn't start it.
I'm gonna puke, dude.
Oh man, dude, that thing is huge. It is massive. Oh,
Take it. Take it.
Oh. Oh, man. You gonna be all right, buddy? Oh, man, that is rank.
Oh, God. Get me out.
Oh, man, that thing was nasty. I don't think Josh and Patrick are gonna be okay. Whew. I sprayed some Lysol and some Febreze up in there, and it's tolerable now, but man, that was a big can. The things that we have to do. All right, so we got a bunch of new floor pieces in. So we got everything to put the floor in, which is what we have to start with. And we'll start piecing this together one piece at a time, right, Josh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we got the floor all in. Isn't that pretty? Big heavy cast pieces, stainless steel pieces. That stuff's harder than woodpecker lips, Josh.
It is.
And they still broke it. So now that the floor is done, then we can start mounting the frame rails into place. And basically we're just gonna be working in reverse order. We still have one more thing to remove back in the hole here. This little grate right here. We've got to pull that guy out still because it's bent, and I think it might be beneficial to yank that out while the rotor discharge housing is out. It'll be easier to get to the bolts, so we might end up yanking that out today. Frame rail number 1.
Insertion.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
hefty. Somewhere in, it needs to go further back, I think.
Yeah, hang on a second. Wait, a little bit. What's in the wrong bag?
It's there.
Well, that's the problem.
What?
It's supposed to be. Oh, you're good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it needed to go back.
No, I'm good.
Okay. But I don't think we can go back any further. She ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere. Well, did that need to?
Does that go in? I thought we decided that went on top.
Does it go on top?
Does it? Or does it go in between?
I think
Those pictures right there.
I think it'll go. I think it'll go. So now I need bolts with washers to hold that in.
Hey, that looks a whole lot different.
Yeah. Pretty nice, ain't it?
All right, now we gotta figure out all the bolt combinations for this. Well, for Pete's sake, I think it's gotta come this way, but it can't. See, it hits right here.
That's all you got.
Are these holes lined up pretty good?
Yeah, these are all of these holes are lined up just perfect.
Well. Way off? Wow.
Yeah, way off.
Because I don't think that frame rail's sitting in the right spot. I just wanted to get this one in. I'm wondering if we ain't gonna have to loosen these back up and these 18s and see how we're not
relax a little bit.
We'll see this right here, how we're not touching.
It needs to go forward a little bit.
I think it might need to go
Well,
forward.
what happens if you loosen them two on the outsides? We start with that, and maybe I loosen these 3.
Yeah.
And we see what that does.
So we're having some alignment issues with the bolts that run through this piece, and this piece. And it almost feels like this part of the floor needs to shift back just a little bit. I noticed that there's a little bit of a gap right here, and that's the about amount I think that needs to shift. So Josh is underneath trying to loosen these bolts, which is really, really hard to get to now. So hopefully we can loosen those. Get it aligned.
Your camera and I'll show you. Hi.
Oh, hi, Josh. Way up in there.
Way up here, this guy and another guy up there.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Sweet. You look comfy.
Oh. As long as you don't breathe or need to move, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. I got one in.
Woo.
There.
Woo-hoo.
Holy moly. Now we got to tighten all that crap back up.
Uh-huh.
That sucks.
Uh-huh.
Right frame rail. Check. You throwing stuff at me? What the heck, bro? Anyway, these bolts back here.
Good.
See all those? Yeah, those are fun. Because, you know, you can't reach nothing. That's why snap-on long 3/8 ratchets, and that's a very fine head tooth, and I was getting one click out of her on that very far back bolt.
And the old Matco double box.
Yeah, the Matco double box for the win. You need that?
No, I was just saying.
Oh, yeah, well, this. Yeah. These are worth their weight in gold. You can get these from Matco, or you can get them from Gear Inch. They're practically the same thing. We use them all the time. Now, it's time to do the left frame rail, but
Yeah.
it's all wet. It's been in the rain.
It's been outside in the rain. Yeah.
Sure.
You like it?
Well, put some bolts in it.
Oh yeah. Okay, she ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Now, we learned from our mistakes on the first one. I think
Leave everything.
we should probably try to get these bolts in here done first. Don't you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Is that off?
Off would be an understatement.
Well, it's about half a hole.
More like 3/4 of a hole, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking once we get these in place, it might just, you know, go to its home, hopefully. Here, let's do something here.
You bring the pieces?
There. Try to slide that in. Oh, hey. Hey, oh, here we go. Here, don't push.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I got some threads started.
Better than no threads.
Let's see how much we're off now. Oh.
How bad is that?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get this aligned one of these days.
Yeah.
Okay. So we finally got it lined up, but we had to tighten the middle bolts in to kind of suck it in and bring this rail that way. Now I can get this bolt in. Oh yeah. Right frame, or left hand frame rail, I should say, is done. Got all the bolts in, torqued, tightened. So now we kind of make a decision whether we remove that discharge beater grate or we install the rotor discharge housing. I think we ought to do this grate. I actually had this in on hand, So we could actually do that. Take that out next. Okay, so now we're going to get this discharge beater grate out of here. It's all bowed down in the center. Plus we got to fix a bunch of supports on the discharge beater. So this is kind of the last ditch effort to get whatever grain didn't get separated out of the rotor here. So the discharge beater, you know, thrashes it, and then corn and beans will drop down through those grates, and then they'll drop down onto this return pan, and the return pan will shake it and drop it back down over the screen. So but that ripper shank went underneath right through there, bowed it down in the center. So we got a new frame for it to put in. So we're gonna, there's 4 bolts holding this thing in, so we're gonna get those 4 bolts out and then pull it out the back. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, real heavy. Oh, come on. Yeah, don't breathe. Let's sit her down here. There's a broken tine laying on it. What'd you find? Bolt. Broken bolt. Okay. We got it cleaned up a little bit here. Grates broke right there. That one's all just bent wonky. Got a broken finger right there.
That was it.
Is that one okay?
I think that one was okay.
Man, it took a beating. Alrighty, now that we got the grate out of there, thought it'd be convenient just to replace all the supports right here, right now on this side, because normally you'd have to do that job on the other side. You know, it's kind of uncomfortable to be kneeling down on that chaffer and stuff, so thought we'd just go ahead and get this knocked out real quick.
Spinny action.
All right, well, we got the discharge beater supports and wear strips all on, so we just went ahead and pre-installed the wear strips, and then as he pulled the support off, I handed him a new one and then put all new bolts in it. So that's all done. So now we need to get that new discharge grate that goes underneath there built so we can install that piece. All right, so we got the grate built for the discharge beater, but we're missing the piece that mounts back here. So we have to wait until that comes in, assemble that, because it uses these bolts down here to sandwich that all together. So we got this rotor discharge housing that I'd like to put in, but we're missing the vane piece that bolts in right there. I do think we can go ahead and put this in and mount that later, but what we need to do now is this rear rotor cover, we need to get this slid in there and kind of mocked up to the back, because we have to fix the little boo-boo up here, so we need to get that shape in. Oh God, that looks like a green thing. Going up in the hole. Trying to not die. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Slidey back. Very carefully. Oh, watch that right. There we go. Up, we're there. We're there. We're there. She's up in there now. Fits pretty good around that rotor discharge housing. Well, that's a good time wrestling that thing across all the shoe augers and whatnot, and you're fighting uphill too. So, let's get some bolts in that thing. I'm thinking we should leave all the bolts loose and get all the covers in. Okay. Then once all, you know, because I'm worried about the top bolts not lining up. Get all those in and go from there. Okay. What do you think? All right, well, we got next short piece in there, and it's actually got to go underneath the rear piece here. So now we're trying to get all the bolts, you know, that go through the two covers, and then the bolts on the sides. And oh no, it popped out. Son of a bitch. I didn't even do nothing. This one's stout, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know where I should go or what I should do here.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, it's a triple.
You got it set? Mine's sitting on there?
Yeah, okay. You're both on there. Send her home, baby.
Why does this one just go right up in the hole?
What?
That last pink.
What's happening?
Let me get my scalp out of the way.
Why?
Why did it just go in?
That's nice.
I don't know. Send it.
It literally went in like, that's all you get. It's all the sending I can send.
Oh, I'm working on it, working on it. Chevy.
It's going in.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
It's there.
Did it hook in
Yes.
the thing?
Yes.
What? That is
Yes.
so in.
Put bolts in. I don't want to let go.
Okay.
Like, can I have a bowl?
Something, zip tie. I don't care at this point.
A guy's fingertips are starting to cramp. We're just shooting the breeze.
Yeah, just take your time and I'm going, fellas, if I let go, she starts sliding.
Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah. Is that the sound of a hood coming out of a combine?
One sound of the hood smashing Patrick to the concrete.
Boy, I got it.
Yeah.
My hands will break to fall.
Okay.
Hood in there. We got to get the tailings boot bolted into there. That is where there's a tailings auger here, and we're pumping tailings, recycled material back in to get rethreshed in the rotor, but there's a housing there, and he's got carriage bolts that go through there that I'm going to be putting nuts on. Well, it's starting to look like a combine again. Feel those pretty properly aligned rotor covers. We got one more to go in right there. You done it? Yeah. Checking the So we got all the bolts started, but I tell you what piece fought us the most is that plastic little shroud that goes over the two pieces. Getting all those bolts in was a bugger. But one thing that helped me, because I got to reach back through this hole, is this new tight reach extension clamp. See how that works? There, yeah. You can see how that works. It clamps onto the bolt. It's got a little threaded adjustment right here. So I was able to clamp my bolt in there and, you know, reach back into the hole, plop it into place, and hold it so we get the nut and the washer on the top. Very handy tool. You can get these off of Amazon. I think they're only like 21 bucks, I think. All right, well, we got all the covers bolted in. We just got the bolts loosely in there right now. So we're going through and we're gonna put some caulking on all the the gaps that need caulking, and we're using John Deere combine sealant. And we're gonna go ahead and squeeze the sides down first, and then we'll go around the top and do the top bolts, and then the covers will be done. And it's kind of crazy. We started this project a week ago, and it was, the feels like temp was negative 32 outside. Today it's 65 degrees and we have the door open. Welcome to Illinois. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this brand new rotor out of the crate. Yeah. All right, well, we finally got that piece in and got that all bolted on, and let me tell you what, this new style beater grate is, I don't know, 30 pounds heavier?
Every bit.
So we're gonna do the easy way and shoved it in this hole, and we're gonna go in from the back, feed it under there, and try to get the back bolts in and the spacers, and then, or I should say the front bolts first, and then we're gonna do the back bolts. Yeah.
What you want it first?
All right.
Ew.
Oh.
Watch your finger, watch your drops. Hold on. We're at an angle here. Yeah. Watch your wiring on this right here.
You can push your end forward.
Okay.
Didn't get your hand.
No, okay, we're good.
Ow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. That shafted in the head.
How'd that feel for you?
Yeah, I said ow. What's that tell you?
Hold on. I can't tell when. Neither can I. Oh. Close, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold faster. I put it on the end of a socket and put the socket on a short little 3-inch extension and use that.
How about that?
Look at there.
I win.
Boom shakalaka.
Ready?
Yeah.
That was my foot.
You okay?
All right, hold on, just sit. Got it?
Yep, for a second.
Yep, I'm good.
So we're gonna have to clear it down here. On this side.
Are we?
Anyway, you hold that piece. Hold it on the side. And
Yeah.
hold it. You got it?
Yeah.
Good? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the grate.
Rotor discharge housing complete. So we fought getting it in because this new discharge beater grate has a thicker frame right here, and this part wouldn't go up and over that. So we fought that. We had to take the bolts back out, drop the grate down in order to get this housing in. But we got it. All right, it's rotor time now. Went ahead and put a new rotor bearing on the front plate and got the rotor on the special tool here. Now we just got a pallet full of threshing elements and separator tines. We're just going to go ahead and get all those installed while it's right here in our teeth, and then we'll be shoving this guy in. All right, so took all the threshing elements and the tines back off. Now we know exactly where they all go once we get this in the machine. And now we'll have the proper clearance to get it into the tunnel. So let's get this rotor installed in here. Can you gradually come up as you come in? Creeping forward. When you're on the brake, you're still creeping forward. I need you to tilt back. Right here. Can you tell if we need to go left or right? Left, like turn. You can't turn left. Turn your wheels that way a little bit. Come in. Little bit. Like that. More. Straight in. Okay? Side shift this way. See this gap here? Close. And we're not going to be able to turn after this very much. All we're going to have is side shift. Once you get past here, you ain't got much movement.
Right, I just say we better be straight in. Just a tickle. Good one. Shut it off for a second? Yeah. To the left. Drop to the left about a half inch.
We ain't got that.
How far away are you?
No, but I can crank my wheels to the left.
You're almost up against that plate.
Well, I could side shift to the right and turn my wheels to the left, and just pivot the front end or back, whatever you want to call it.
We're touching the shaft,
Yeah.
but we're not in the hole. Should we tilt or just go straight down? I can't. We ain't got. We're gonna have to tilt if you want it to go down because the rotor tool's on the floor.
Okay.
Tilt forward.
Yeah. Forward can come up.
Back, touch. North. Well, that was a touch.
I think it's good.
Okay. In.
If you might turn that belt a little as we go in.
I'm up against something.
Yeah, don't put too much pressure.
Yeah, I'm off it.
Got pressure on it. Probably not geared. There it goes.
Arm?
All the cards are flying, but it started. Gotta go.
Yeah, I'm watching the combine go back.
See, we are inch gap here before hitting.
We're about a solid 3 here.
Oh, so we're cocked.
And then we started in the spline and now it's locked up.
Oh.
So somehow we got to figure out how to forward. I don't care if it's on my roof back and forth.
One more?
All right, well, we finally got the rotor installed. None of these bolt holes wanted to be in alignment. We did get the rotor spline, but then once we got a spline, we had like a 3-inch gap over here and like a 1-inch gap over here. And that plate was all crooked, but it was, locked to the forklift. Long story short, we got it, but it took some finagling to get those bolts in there. Well, we got all the tines and threshing elements installed, and they're all torqued down. Spins nice. That's what that's supposed to look like. Pretty sweet. We went ahead and threw the feed accelerator shaft in here. We put new bearings on, of course. We still have to get the shaft depth set right, but we just kind of threw it in there for now. We're going through, putting all these brackets and everything on both sides, getting that all done. We'll get the shaft depth set right, and then we'll start hanging all the supports on. Of course, we got a few new ones to put on that got damaged there, but I'm getting tired of filming all this, guys. Let's see if my snap works. Ta-da! Feed accelerator is done. Oh, that's pretty. So balanced. Of course, we got the grease hose in, the wiring hooked up. So we got the black plastic hood all in place. Got this metal plate installed here. Got all the hydraulic hoses and everything attached to there. So we got one more hose we need to connect up right here. And then I think we'll be ready for feeder house, Josh.
Yep.
It's feeder house time. So always put those blocks on there like that. Chain it up to the forklift. Now we'll be installing it into these grooves right here, putting the retainers in, and then we'll be set. And then we just got to hook up all the lift cylinders and all the hydraulics and all that stuff.
That side's ahead of this side. That looks to be about lined up where we need to go. Bring your wheel that way. Move forward. Back, bring your wheel. Back up. Back up. Okay. We got like the left, so. Where you at right to left? On right. Yeah. Center. That looks to be about center there. I'm trying to drive straight into it. Come up. Go back. And slow. Back up just a little bit. Well, side shift this way. A little more. Well, come in. right there.
Oh, big crap.
I want pressure.
Yeah, I know. It had too much delay in it. There we go. The other one is instant. This one here's got the delay.
Yeah.
These go like this.
Like this.
Like this.
I dropped mine too, but yours hit the floor.
You just caught yours is all. I say, I know I just seen it.
Oh, dude. That couldn't have been any more perfect. You gotta have your bolt in it before you go in the hole. Drop it down in. Shoot. That was too easy. We can just tighten her up with a wrench for now. We just gotta hook up all the hydraulics and cylinders and feeder house complete. All right, so the feeder house is done for the most part. We're waiting on one sensor that we broke up there on the brake valve. Whenever we were taking the rotor out, I think we broke it. So we can't start it yet because I think it'll have a massive leak if we do to be able to raise the feeder house. So it's just sitting on jack stands at the moment. So now we're going to turn our attention over back to the separator area, and we still got to throw new concaves in. We got to change out the adjustment links here because they're bent. We got to put new shear bolts in the concave adjustment because they're broken, gone. And then we got to hang all the separator grates here. It's fourth quarter, Josh. You got enough energy to get through the pain?
Oh, yeah.
We got the new shear bolts in, concave adjustment, got new adjustment links there. Now I'm gonna toss some concaves into this bad boy. Shazam! All right, so the Z-bar is installed and we got the concave level. You guys have seen me level concaves before, but if you're new to the channel, I do have some videos out there that will show you how to do that. Josh is putting together the separator grate.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna, start with the right-hand grates and kind of put 3 of them on. So then on the left-hand side, we just have 4 to put on. We'll hang them, the first 3 on the right-hand side. And then we'll put the lefts on, we'll be good. Coming down the home stretch here. It's got that new battery in it.
Yeah, that thing's kind
of wonky.
Yeah, it's just not.
Here.
That thing's in the way.
We'll let's do the job.
Maybe. Trade you, sir. Oh yeah. That's the trick.
Alright, get it. There. You'll put this battery in it. That one seemed a little weak.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll give her some more pizzazz. Definitely more pizzazz.
Oh, yeah.
Dang her. Woofda. That thing will almost hurt you now.
Yeah.
Well, Josh is getting the stops in for the concave, so that keeps the concave from going up any farther than it needs to, so it doesn't bash into the rotor whenever you go to 0. But we had to rob those off another combine because we can't find the ones that we ordered for this one, or maybe we didn't order them. Whatever. Anyway, we got it covered. But this is the last piece that we got to put in that we actually took out. So Josh, you have a little bit better of understanding how the inside of the combine works now?
Oh, very much so.
I mean, you removed all of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much all of it.
Pretty much.
I mean, there's not much that you haven't seen on a combine.
No, or taken out or off.
In just a short amount of time.
Yeah. Came a long ways in a few months.
Yeah. We do a lot of stuff.
Yes, we do.
So we got everything in. The only thing that we got really left to do is we're going to start this machine up and turn it around just for better access for the rear of the machine. We're going to pull the chaffer and sieve elements out, dig out any metal that's down in the clean grain and tailings augers. And we got a few louvers to fix on the chaffer, I believe. Maybe sieve, who knows. We got to put some chopper hammers in, possibly a new floor in the chopper. I'm going to take another look at that. Got to take another look at the swing arms, and basically we got to kind of go through the cleaning shoe. But that's all stuff that you guys see me do. I'm not going to bore you with that. And I think that's going to conclude this video. I think everybody's wanting to know how many hours it took to do this job. And the removal, what do we have, like 2 days?
Yeah, probably.
It'd take us 2 days.
2.5.
2.5 days to rip everything out. And then it took us
probably 3 days to put it back together.
Yeah, three days. Yeah, I think we got about 3 days. something like that. But, you know, all the labor's, you know, times 2 because there's two of us working on it. So I think in total, we're going to be around 185 hours on this machine by the time we get everything done with it. So hopefully that answers some of you guys' questions, and I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm glad you guys enjoyed watching this rotor job. It's not something we get to do or see very often, thank goodness, right?
Yes.
So until next time, keep that green iron moving. But wait, there's more. I got some more carnage for you guys to see. What are you doing, Patrick?
Well, we did an overhaul on an 8870 that had the 10-1 in it. And that's what number 1 piston looked like.
Oh boy. She's got valves embedded into it.
Yep, dropped both the cylinder 1
broke
valves. Yeah, just kind of, they made it together and did stuff through there and came through.
Oh, it even poked through. That's nifty. It cracked clear through here. Boy. It's a big overhaul project here, huh?
But she's cherry now.
Oh, she's cherry. Yeah, she's
cylinder head with the DuPont overhaul.
Ooh.
Rod for this cylinder was good. Had it checked. So it's got all new pistons, liners, rods and main bearings in it. So just trying to get her together so we can hear it run.
Heck yeah, man. That's some carnage right there. If we didn't have enough carnage in the past 2 videos, you know, here's some bonus carnage.
Yeah, it's meant.
Oh, here's this rig. So that's where she's going into. Oh boy. You gotta love bonus content.